Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing great. So today we are going to learn about the indirect and direct speech. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Hana Moria Ginting. I am from English Education Department, Universitas Kristen Indonesia. So without any further information, let's get started. So hi everyone, so as usual we have to prepare your pen and also your paper so you can make a note regarding to our discussions today. So today we are going to talk about the direct and indirect speech in news item text. In the previous video, we have already discussed about the news item text, but we haven't talked about the direct and indirect speech. So also in today's occasion, we are going to combine chapter 6 all and also chapter 7 because the purpose of these chapters are same, talking about news item text. So let's get started. So first we are going to know about the definition of the news item text. So the definition of the news item text is a text which informs the reader about events of the day. The events are considered newsworthy or important. Jadi news item text itu sendiri adalah sebuah teks yang menginformasi pembaca tentang kejadian hari ini yang patut untuk diberitakan. And also the social function or the purpose of the news item text itself is to inform the readers about events of the day which are considered newsworthy or important. Basically, a news item text answer the 5 W and 1 H. For example, what, who, when, where, why, and how relating to the newsworthy. Jadi, fungsi dari sosial itu adalah untuk memberikan informasi kepada sang pembaca tentang kejadian hari ini, dan itu biasanya untuk menjawab pertanyaan 5W 1H, yaitu di mana, bagaimana, siapa, berapa, di mana, dan seterusnya. And also the text structure of the news item, there are three text structure of the news item. The first one is the main events or newsworthy events. This is the summary form of the whole news item itself. And then the second text structure of news item is the background events. On the background events, we are answering the 5W and 1H. Menjawab pertanyaan-pertanyaan dari berapa, misalkan tentang korban jiwa, berapa korban jiwanya, di mana korban jiwanya, bagaimana itu bisa terjadi. And then the last one is the research of information. It contains comment by participant in, witnesses to, and authorized authorities expert on the events. Jadi biasanya di terakhir itu ada research of information atau komen dari salah satu partisipan atau pihak berwajib yang expert di antara tentang event tersebut, tentang berita tersebut. And also, we have discussed about this in the previous video also, about the language feature of the news item, but we haven't talked about the direct and indirect speech in news item text. So, first one, in English language, there are two ways of conveying what someone else has said. They are the direct, or we also called as quoted speech, and also indirect, or we called as reported speech. The first one, we are going to talk about the indirect speech first. Indirect speech is also known as reported speech or indirect narration or indirect discourse. In grammar, when you report someone else's statement in your own words without any change in the meaning statement, it is called as indirect speech. Jadi indirect speech ini adalah kutipan tidak langsung. For example, she says that she is a little bit nervous. So if you want to know about the example, we are going to know later. Next, direct speech. Direct speech repeats or quotes is the exact word spoken. When we use the direct speech in writing, we place the word spoken between quotation marks, and there is no change these words. Jadi direct speech itu adalah kutipan langsung yang apa yang dikatakan dari sang pembicara tersebut. For example, she says I'm a little bit nervous. She says I'm a little bit nervous. And also, this is the example of indirect and direct speech. The first one is, you can see, and also you can make a note on your paper. If indirect speech we call she says I eat an apple a day. In indirect speech, this is the difference between direct and indirect speech. She says that she eats an apple a day. He will say my brother will help her. And in indirect speech, there is a change. He will say that his brother will help her. And also, we said we go for a walk every day. In indirect speech change into we said that we went for a walk every day. And also you can take a picture, you can print screen this example so you can practice at your home. And also in indirect speech, time and adverb is changed. For example, in direct speech, this is the example of direct speech. He said, I will buy a pen tomorrow. But in indirect speech, he said that he would buy a book the next day. The modal is also changed into would. The first one is in direct speech. There is will. When you change into indirect speech, they will change into would. And also, this is the example of direct speech. She said, I am kind now. And also, in indirect speech atau kutipan tidak langsung, there is written, she said she was kind then. And also, the adverb change from now into then. The last example of direct speech and indirect speech. Indirect speech atau di kutipan langsung, dia mengatakan quotation mark, I like this pen. Saya menyukai pulpen ini. Tetapi, but in indirect speech change into he said, laki-laki itu mengatakan bahwa lelaki itu menyukai pulpen itu. He said that he liked that pen. So that's all about indirect speech and direct speech. So now we are going to differentiate where is direct speech and where is indirect speech. So first, let us trying to find the direct speech first. Direct means langsung. Jadi kita sekarang mencari kutipan langsung terlebih dahulu. Seperti ada quotation marknya. Quotation mark. Such as where is the quotation mark? So this is the example of quotation mark. So this is the example of direct speech. until this one. Okay. He said, my first daughter was rejected because of her height, and now due to technical issues, she cannot register at any school. I just want to get her into a good school, he said. Dia mengatakan bahwa anak pertama saya ditolak karena tinggi badannya. Sekarang sekarang karena masalah teknisi, anak saya tidak dapat mendaftar di sekolah manapun. Saya hanya ingin anak saya masuk ke dalam sekolah yang baik. Kata laki-laki itu. And also, this one, the rate. Okay, first we are going to know the direct speech first. And also this one. This one is the direct speech. Okay. And this one also the direct speech. And the red light is the indirect speech, kutipan tidak langsung. This one. And this one. Meanwhile, the red one is the indirect speech, kutipan tidak langsung, and also the yellow one is the direct speech. Next, we have a 10 exercise about direct and indirect speech in news item text. So I want you to change the direct speech into reported speech, from direct into indirect speech or reported speech. You can pause it first, and then after you finish with your answer, you can check later. So this is the answer of our question. I hope you can practice at home, so you can make a report speech or direct speech perfectly. So see you on next video.